Welcome back to my channel, guys. I decided I will reintroduce myself. So my name is Katerina Lukin, and this is Lukin Inwards. The channel is dedicated to all the tools that I used and have used for my journey of self-discovery and my journey of spirituality, but more important, tools that I've used to help me understand life a little bit more, understand my place within this huge universe, and just help me gain a little more confidence in myself and a little help ease the confusion. And yeah, in a nutshell, that's what it is. This playlist in particular is the tarot cards that I've used. I swear by tarot cards and oracle cards in the sense that I've come to understand and believe that energy is everything there is. Everything is energy. Energy is simply a channel of information, is simply information. And given the right intention, you will be able to gain wisdom. And so many artists have tapped into this beautiful art and have created incredible decks to help you in your journey. So with that said, this is a pick a card reading. So the pick a cards is very simple. You just choose a deck that is calling to you the most, and you can just zoom towards that deck right away, or you can even listen to the whole video in itself, all three decks, and really only take what resonates with you, because your guiding system is more important than any card reading. Any pick a card reading is more important than, it is there for a reason. Some even say that intuition is your first sense and not your sixth sense, that we were born with this, and the blockages and the programs, but just how we've been brought up kind of derails us through fear. Anyway, that's a whole other video we can talk about, and it will come up right now. I'm using tarot as a outlet for me to just gain a little more confidence. So I'm gonna say right away, thank you so much to everybody that has been supporting me and giving me incredible feedback and lovely constructive criticisms to how I can improve myself in this channel. So thank you so much. I love reading them. Do not be shy. If you have any questions, or if you'd like me to pick a just follow-up card or something specific to you, I'll be more than happy. And I think I explained everything that I wanted to explain. And let me see if there's something else. Oh yeah, one last thing. So this is a sacred space for you to tap in to your energetic fields and tap into your intuition. And with that said, you have the right to be here, and we're here as a community to support each other, and all is welcome. But if the intention is to cause harm, it will not be tolerated. So rest assured, this is a sacred space for you. You have the right to be here. You are an incredible being, and also powerful. And I'm happy that I could be part of this journey to help you to discover this power. Enjoy, guys. See you later. See you in my groups. This is your time to pick your deck, your little meditation. This is group 1, this is group 2, and this is group 3. You might be drawn to the backs of the decks, or you might be drawn to the little elements, stones, pendant that I have placed. I'm going to ask you to take 3 deep breaths in, and soon I will bring the stones and pendant closer so you can see. For group 1, we have the pyrites. For group 2, we have the desert rose. And for group 3, you have the fairy pendant. And let's begin. Okay, group 1, let's start with you. So for those that have choose group 1, in particular this pirate. Pirate is the stone of abundance. So if you've been requesting abundance, or if you've been in search for it, I'm getting the message here that it is right around the corner. So if that's something that was on your mind, if it's been troubling you, I'm feeling that it's right around the corner. But in particular, it's going to be like a self-made abundance. So I feel like you have a lot of ideas that have this potential of creating wealth and abundance for you. And it's just a question of pursuing it, or at least just taking the first steps. So let's see what else we have here. These cards I will read at the end. So what do we have here? Okay. So group 1, you guys are finding your voice. You guys have decided recently to speak up and have decided that enough is enough. I see this with a page of voices. And in this deck, you see just someone putting her glasses on, seeing clearer. To me, it also represents your mind is a little sharper. It's a little more, it's more in tuned to everything that's going on. You're more in tune, and you're realizing the sabotaging beliefs, the victimizing beliefs probably that have been ongoing and running in your mind. And you've decided to find a new perspective. You have decided to see things as they are instead of seeing them as you think they might be, or how they used to be, or I'm getting the vibe here of like you're being present in the moment, and you're basically, like, the only reason why I'm saying that you are finding your voice is that you have all these little women around you dancing away. So to me, that represents that you've just had enough. There was a situation in your past that you have stifled your voice, and you were more hesitant in speaking up, but now that you see clearer and you're more aware of your own limiting beliefs, that you're able to now grow and become this beautiful flower that you've always known was inside you. This will need some nurturing, because the pages is all about this newfound, this young voice, that young soul that is still very curious and testing the waters, basically. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're in the motion of becoming the kings of all voices. So you will become your own muse, in terms, like, if you want to put bad or good, like if we're going to label, let's say, your old limiting beliefs as bad, and like you strengthening your inner voice for peace and reconciliation, you're becoming the king of that. Like, you are going to be using basically your mind and your words in a way that is for the greater good of all, for not only your evolution, but for the evolution of everybody around you, for all the parties that are involved. And I mean, I love seeing the priestess in readings, because the priestess is like the ultimate confirmation for me that you are evolving. You have faced certain challenges. In this case, it was your inner dialogue, and in this case, it was not speaking up and not speaking your truth, not speaking your word, what was in your heart. And you were developing into that beautiful butterfly that you knew you already always had. You knew that there was something blocking you. You knew that something was stifling your growth, and you have decided to take that step. Like here we have the 8 of emotions, and you see this person kind of walking towards the abyss. And to me, this is how I have felt, like this is how I'm feeling you were walking through life. You just felt like you were walking, but you were heading towards this nothingness, and you just couldn't understand why. And a big part is because you were lowering your voice. You were, I want to say that some of you were speaking, but it was so low, and it was kind of like a mouse. You were speaking as if you wanted to be heard, but you didn't want to be heard on the same time, if that makes any sense. And it was very reluctant for you to walk away from the things that no longer matter, that walk away from the things that no longer worked for you. So whether it was you walking away from not speaking your worth and not speaking your needs and not speaking your voice, you're coming out of it. It was very scary. I feel like for some of you it was very hard. It was extremely hard for some of you to take that leap of faith and to take that step forward. Because, I mean, look at this. It looks so scary walking towards there. And you were reluctant. It was very reluctant. You were very reluctant. Your tendencies were to try to do everything but to avoid that. So I feel like for some of you it was people pleasing, and I feel for some of you it might have been avoiding your emotions, avoiding your voice, avoiding your truth, just so you didn't have to go there, just so you didn't have to get uncomfortable, basically. But the beauty of this, and I know it doesn't always feel like something that is beautiful, but the beauty of this is that it shakes you to the core. the pain and the resistance of not walking your talk or not speaking your truth will inevitably push you, which is the whole metaphor of the butterfly. While the butterfly is struggling to get out of its cocoon, there is the blood that is pumping to its wings so it has the strength to break free towards this incredible version of themselves, in this case of yourself. For some of you, it's a relationship. There's a man or a woman in your life that has been extremely sensitive, and not necessarily towards your growth. It was just he or she has just been sensitive in general. I feel like maybe this person's a Pisces or has Pisces in their chart. Someone who has grown a lot through the sensitivity, through understanding a little more how their emotions actually flow, how they have they're kind of working with their emotions, and in doing so they haven't been very helpful. They haven't been helpful towards your growth, towards what you needed from them. Like, he's walking away from, over here is she's represented by the Page of Wands. La fille du feu, épanouissement personnel, so that means personal growth. And in this card, she's reversed, so I almost see like you've been almost begging this person to help you through this growth that you've been going through. Because it's not easy, it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy, it's kind of hard to do this on your own. This person was so embodied with his or her own personal limitations that he couldn't see anything but himself or herself. And this has kind of dimmed the relationship, almost to the point of like non-existent anymore. That's what I'm getting here with the Ace of Fire. I just want you to know that he was never there to help you, or she. I'm seeing this as I'm feeling this as a relationship, but it might not be a relationship. It could be also work-related, family-oriented, whether it's with a friend or whatnot. But my intuitive hit is a relationship. So for those of you who is in a relationship, and for those who of you is not for a relationship, you were not meant to have help. You were meant to find your inner strength and your inner voice without him or her. He was a catalyst. If it wasn't for him, like, look at it like this. If it wasn't for him, you would still be in this phase. The uncomfortness and the, I want to say misery, but it's not really misery, it's just like this pain that you were feeling in this relationship was to push you towards the elements that will be working for you and are working for your highest good and are working for your evolutionary state. So he was never meant, he didn't cross paths with you to help you through this. He crossed paths with you to start speaking your worth and start speaking your truth and help you. Well, I mean, you don't feel as if he's helping you because it's like an external force. It's this is like this ultimate chaos, kind of like the tarot card, the tower, where if it wasn't for this ultimate chaos, you would still be in the abyss, wandering around, wondering why is it that you're not reaching or you're not where you wanted to be. He's or she is forcing you to sit down and to be like, okay, what life do I want to create? What life do I really want to be in? Where do I want to focus my energy? Because right now, focusing on this guy or this person or this situation, it's not helping me. He is really the catalyst in this. So honestly, you need to thank him. As much as I know it's painful right now and it's probably not what you expected to hear, he is that, or she is that spark that has lit your fire of, I cannot do this anymore. I need change. I need to start speaking up. I need to start putting my foot down. I need to start voicing my needs and start embodying the characteristics that I need to go where I want to go. So basically going towards your goals. Whew. And girl, when you start acknowledging that and doing the work and writing that shit in paper, writing those things, like putting that into the universe, like you're gonna just, things, like I feel like it will just happen so quickly, everything that you've been wanting and how you've been wanting. Like as soon as you shift your focus from the past towards the things that you do want. Because I feel like this has been a struggle for a very long time, this inner voice, this self-worth. I mean, it's been a struggle for so many of us, but for you in particular, I feel like it's a blockage that you've been wondering about for so long, and you're finally starting to recognize, wow, okay, this blockage that I've had for so long has been me not being able to speak my truth, me not being able to express my needs, me not being able to be the person I need to be for myself, instead of being the person you need to be for others. And like I said, as soon as you start doing that, as soon as you shift your focus, you're heading towards all your goals, and it's going to be so quick. This 8 of Wands here, it means nothing but speed. It means nothing but speed. There will be work to do, which is normal, because you're still going to have to fight against your own mind. You're still going to have to fight against your old programs. And I feel like that's the only thing right here that's going to be tough for you. But I feel it's going to be self-made, because you have the Queen of Swords right next to it in reverse. So it's all going to be in your head, in terms of that inner chatter, that inner mind chatter that's going to try to revert you and try to convince you that it's this person, no, it's this situation. In reality, no, it has nothing to do with this person. He or she was just, or this situation was just a catalyst for you to dance. See that person here? That's you walking towards your goal, walking towards your element. Intense reading, guys. Now, so for the 2 last cards, I picked just words of advice or guidance at this moment in regards to what's going on in your lives. And it's the land between for your energy card, which basically means be comfortable with where you are. You're in this in-between phase and there's nothing wrong with it. See it as being on a swing. You're swinging in and out of different perspectives, in and out of different realities, in and out. There's no rushing here. Be okay with taking pauses and be okay with not having a decision to make. Be okay with not needing to decide right away. That's the beauty of this card. There is nowhere to go but where you are right now. And I look at these cards and I see these stars falling down, and it's really the perfect place for you to have fun. For me, it's also take a step back. These are all the important stuff, like with the two roads, the roads of like past and future, and all the important things that we set out to be important. You're up here. You're where this little swing is. You're up where this beautiful fort is. You're safe. And all you need to do is have fun. Go out, play in the snow, play in the park. Spend time with the people you love that you know will raise your vibration, will just laugh. Watch a movie. Watch that movie that you've been watching that makes you feel good inside, like happy to be alive. This will bring you alignment and the answers that you're looking for. As you can see, the sun is in between the clouds. It's not meant to shine. You're meant to chill out and have fun. Enjoy it. You won't have this very often, especially not from what I see here. Like this, when it starts, you won't be able to stop it anymore. You're gonna need to work extra hard and on gear to get things to, what's that word I'm looking for, to keep up with everything. So right now you don't want to be here. You're not ready. This is what I'm seeing here. You're almost there. You're working really hard. You're getting the wisdom, but you're not there yet. And that's the best advice I could give you. The most beautiful advice I could give you right now. Enjoy this. It might not happen in a very long time. So have fun. Draw. Pick up some crayons and draw. Play some video games. If you're a 90s baby like me, you loved to play Mario Karts or Super Mario Brothers. Do things right now that fill your heart with joy and share it. And the last card. Oh. Epona's Wild Laughter. We're just talking about laughing, huh? I will refer to the book for this one since I don't know all of them by heart. So basically it's the same as the land in between, funny enough. So the daughter teaches us that all the answers that we're seeking are within, and sometimes in the little dark areas, in the dark places that we haven't looked. Like it's layers, right? It goes deep sometimes. And in reverse, it also, in my understanding, it means to pause and take moments for yourself and see what your heart has to say. See what these ongoing cycles of thought, like what are the patterns of them. But mostly have fun, guys. That's all I have for group 1. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much. And do claim your Reiki energy. Every group has Reiki energy embedded. All you need to do is sit down in a quiet place and request it by saying, I accept this Reiki energy sent to me by Katerina, or Looking Inwards, or this girl, or what's her face. It all works as long as you have that intention. And that's it. Ciao. Okay, we're now at group 2. Group 2, you chose the Desert Rose. So the Desert Rose for me, Desert Rose is usually a love crystal. It's basically the rose of the desert, and as you can see, it's beautiful. It also, it's like a selenite, so it represents maybe a self-love, I would say. I feel like some of you might be in search of self-love, but it's also a stone of enlightenment, of gaining wisdom and hitting those different dimensions. So I feel like for those watching, you are in search of hitting those higher grounds. Let's see what the cards have to say. So the oracles are for later. It's the last cards I'll pick. Okay, I see a lot of reversals, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay. Okay. Some of you have been having a hard time. Okay? You've been losing sleep in regards to something. Your mind chatter is on like override. You don't feel like you've achieved everything that you set out to achieve, or that you thought you would have achieved, basically. So your mind is just running amok. I feel like for some of you also it has something to do with work related. Maybe work right now is a little unstable, which if you're watching this during 2020, it has been the case for most people, but basically your mind has been running amok in regards to what you thought you would have achieved, and your emotions are getting the better half of you. So the Queen of Emotions, the Queen of Cups in reverse, is, I want to say the drama queen, but the wand, the Queen of Wands is usually even more dramatic. She's just like a total bitch. But I mean, all the queens in reverse are really this complete opposite. So for me, in this reading for you, group 2, your emotions are really getting the best of you. Although, like, there is light in the end of the tunnel. So the Nine of Swords for me, in reverse anyways, could be one of two things. So, or you're really having trouble getting yourself out of this mindset, or that you're slowly starting to see. And I feel like you are slowing to see, like you have been realizing, like you have this beautiful orangey, like to me that represents the sun that is opening up. You are aware of your mind and how it is, what its tendencies are. And the fact that this group, you have 2 cups, 2 10 of cups. One is reversed and the other one's upright. There is a rainbow. As you can see here, there is a rainbow at the end of the tunnel, there's a rainbow amongst this abundance of waterfalls. You will be fine. You're slowly taking your way, as I mentioned before, you're uncovering the veils of illusions of your own mind. So you have recognized that your mind is the one playing the major tricks, the one that has been the most volatile in everything that's been going on around you. And I see that also over here. So the Nine of Cups in reverse to me means that you have stopped seeing, I see two things here. So you have stopped seeing all the options because you've been distracted, but also you are seeing the ones mostly that are no longer making sense to you. So you've had these options and most of them were illusions due to maybe your victim states or due to what others were telling you. I feel like there's a big presence here of somebody also persisting and kind of derailing you from where you want to go. But on the same time, only you could allow this person to derail you. That to me just means that you, I want to say, I feel like this group, you guys are very into meditation and very into different spiritual practices, and it's just a question of not being consistent with it. The fact that you're not consistent with your spiritual practice, whether it's meditation, whether it's Reiki, whether it's maybe you are a card reader, whether it's just taking a walk outside, maybe just upgrading your spiritual practice, or just being a little more disciplined will make the whole difference here. Like I'm even feeling most of you have guides that have been trying to come forth and help you on this journey. And you've been just like, nope, I am distracted. I rather pay attention. Well, yes and no, because you are seeing the light. So yes and no. Like, these guys want to speak with you. These guys want to collaborate with you. And it's just a question of bringing the practice, upping the practice a little, like upgrading it. So you will be able to hear these guides. Yeah, there's definitely someone that's not in your benefit. I feel like it's someone who this person is someone who has lost his own spark, who's just comfortable. They're just comfortable where they are, and almost not that they don't want to see you grow. That just means that for them, if they see you grow, they might lose you. So they're kind of like, not sabotaging, but a little bit. They're kind of sabotaging. It's not in a conscious way. I believe it's more in a subconscious way. And this is, I feel like, someone pretty close to your heart, pretty dear. But in reality, he is just confirming the self-sabotaging thoughts that you already had. So this is technically the devil's card, le poteau du torture. So the torture's staff, where you have changed yourself and your belief system is what's keeping you locked in. And I feel like, yeah, he's just, or this person is just feeding into that. A lot of people have been trying to reach out to you, help you in whatever this is. I feel like it has to do maybe about money, but I feel it's more feeding you spiritually, feeding you emotionally, but more spiritually, I would say. Because I don't feel like you're someone who lacks money or lacks abundance. You're someone who's very smart, and you know how to manage your money well, and you know how to save, or at least know how to organize it. So I feel, and I'm sensing here, that it's more like a spiritual need. Has somebody offered you a job as well, and you're kind of hesitant because maybe it doesn't have the money value that you're used to having? I would say to reconsider, or at least have the option, like look at the option. Because sometimes money is only part of what you need to feed your soul, to feed your journey, to feed your evolution. Or maybe even this job might bring you towards the dream job that you've been looking for, gain the skills you need. I was saying not necessarily to jump right into it, but do consider it and really weigh all the pros and cons. And if there's something that doesn't feel right, don't just make your assumptions. Ask the person. I feel like there's some stuff that are still haven't been revealed, and it's just a question of asking that person the questions that you have. Maybe it's even like upping the pay scale. So maybe you're hesitant because the pay is very minimal, but if you would just state your experience and your requests for a higher pay, I feel like it won't be turned down, or at least it would be taken consideration of. Eight of coins. I just want to see how this Eight of coins fits in. I think for some of you, you feel like there's still a long way to go. And I'm here just to ease your heart, rest your soul. There's not that much more left. The Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles is all about craftsmanship and how there's still work, but you're also bearing the fruits of it. And in reverse, could potentially mean that there's still a long way to go, but you have 9 and 10, and then you become the page towards the knight, towards the queen, there's not much left. You've already done the biggest part, which is probably all the work that all the effort and work that you've already put in. And it's just a question of perseverance. Don't let your mind take over. Practice bringing down the mind chatter, especially in regards to maybe your age. I feel like some of you might be a little older and you're like, oh my God, I'm too old for this. I can't do this. There's still so much for me left to do, but in reality, there's not. You did the worst. You did the hard part. The 10 of coins is all about nostalgia, and it's all about everything you've achieved. So let's see what is the oracles that will help you on this journey. I'm getting this one often. The Perfect Symphony. Okay, wow, yes, the Perfect Symphony goes back to this over here. So the Perfect Symphony is orchestrating and communicating and collaborating with the right people at the right time to create this beautiful symphony. And you cannot do that if you don't let people in. You cannot do that if you don't take other options into consideration. You cannot do that if you let others sabotage or nourish your self-sabotaging thoughts. Right now, what you should be focusing on for the next 2 weeks is how to collaborate. with whom to collaborate. Who are the people that sing the same song as you? Or who are the people that are in tune with you? Who are the people that you feel great around? The ones that raise your vibration. Those are the people you want to collaborate with. And the perfect harmony is also about how these synchronistic events, by being more confident, trusting yourself and believing in yourself, could bring. You are the creator of your reality, as we all know, and depending the tune you sing, depending the song you sing, will bring in or these people who are in it only to feed your self-sabotaging thoughts, or they're there to raise the veils of illusion with you, to help you through your emotional game, to help you gain the wisdom and help you through your self-deprecating voices, the ones that are not in it for your greatest good, dancing away to create this beautiful reality. And fairy, I will refer to the book because they are, this goes hand in hand basically with the mental state, and there is a lot going in your mind right now, and it's to be very, very selective with where you put your focus. So this fairy is all about quickness and the end of confusion, resolving things by goodwill and clear thinking, to have a new and better understanding of the outcome and your options, basically. And she is there to guide you, but you will need to silence your mind. You will need to adapt, basically, to the new options that are coming towards you. She also represents psychic abilities that are awakening. So if this is something that you've been working on and need a confirmation, she is your confirmation. So the whole universe, your guides specifically we're talking about, are there to help you. But to hear them, you need quiet. Take as many moments as you can. Take a nice bath. Put essential oils, candle, and whatever gets you in that zone, whatever gets you in that state of a higher frequency, it's where you're going to get the best ideas. And that is it for you, group 2. Remember to claim your Reiki. Every group has a Reiki energy embedded. All you need to do is sit down quietly whenever you can, and just claim it by stating, I accept this Reiki energy sent to me by Katarina, or Lukin inwards, or what's her face, or that person from YouTube. And that is it. And enjoy the Reiki energy cleanse. And that's it. Ciao, guys. Till the next. Hey, group 3, this is your reading. So we'll start off with the pendant. So if you chose group 3 or this pendant, it's a little fairy pendant. I've been very drawn to the natural, just the whole aspect of nature, the natural realm, and fairies in particular. So if you have chosen this deck, you're already very connected with this realm and these little awesome critters, or you're being called to connect however you can, whether it's with trees, whether it's with your house plants, whether it's with your pets, anything that encompasses embodies nature, like, use it. That is your element. Or at least it is calling to you to probably help you with whatever you're going through at this moment. It's very therapeutic. So if you have been feeling a little on the nerve or overwhelmed or stressed, it's probably, well, I mean, not probably, but nature will be your best therapist. Okay? So let's start. These are for later. These are your oracle cards. Oh, I love it when the sun comes out. Wow. Okay. Well, whatever you've been doing, keep doing it. You are bearing, like, you're in a stage, you're at a point of your life where you are seeing the fruits of your labor. The Seven of Material is all the hard work that you've put in. You're actually able to harvest some of those plants that you've sowed. You're in a good state. Like, you're in an incredible place to the point where it's bringing in a newfound passion, a newfound love for something. Something that's been very dear to your heart. You feel like you can actually go and walk towards it. Go and, like, no hesitation. Like, you're ready. Like, you got the confidence that you needed with what you've achieved to go ahead and go forward, which is, like, great. It's beautiful. Some might think that it might not be the best, how can I put it? Someone might see this as not a downfall, but everything that's happening, all this beautiful things going on, it will have you facing certain mirrors about yourself. So it will have you facing certain elements where, I want to say, certain belief systems will be put to the test. You're going to have some people that are going to push back. The people who are not at your level, who are not in that good place of yours, like, you're in a really good place, and this sometimes instigates and sparks flames of jealousy, and it's going to bring forth all your subconscious thoughts. So these people that are kind of like maybe instigating or poking the bear in some ways, their sole purpose is to have you see what are the underlying programs that are still in your subconscious mind. So to me, this is like beautiful. This is like awesome. It might feel like crap. It might feel like, you know, cow, but like S-H-I-T. It might feel horrible, but in reality, it's like a blessing in disguise, because you're evolving. You're growing so much, and the fact that this kind of pushback is really only to help you evolve even quicker. It's helping you to stay present and face basically the demons that are still in your cupboards, to face these outdated beliefs, to face these outdated views of the world. Yeah, what's going on with you? Damn. It's awesome. Like, I'm like super excited for you right now. Like, extremely excited. Okay, some of these mirrors that you need to face, some of these outdated beliefs that you might need to look directly in the eye is this belief of scarcity. So this belief that there's not enough. There's not enough for everybody. I feel like that's something that's still imprinted. I feel like it has something to do with ancestral ties. It's not necessarily that you never had enough, but it's like this ongoing kind of belief system that your family and their family is a family that has, and it's just a question of cutting those ties. The full moon is here and now. If you're watching this for the 30th, and if you're not, just do it anyways. A big part here is really just cutting the ties of any outdated thought patterns, especially if they're not yours. So this idea of scarcity right now in your energetic field, that is something that needs to be cut. I'm even getting like the urge to say, like, claim this Reiki that is embedded in this group and in this reading as soon as you can. I feel like it might help with some of these ties, some of these belief systems. And as soon as you get that out of the way, like, I feel like this is the major one that is, it's like déclenche. It's like, you know, you have one trigger that triggers them all. I feel like this is the major one. And as soon as you face that, you will gain the courage you need to take that leap of faith or continue your journey. Because right now, this is the only thing that's stifling your journey a little bit. And I mean, you're pretty good at it. You're on the ball because, I mean, you're moving forward and you're happy, and everything that you've cut out, it is just growing. Like, the thing that's been attracting me the most in this whole reading is the sun card, and you see is this beautiful mandala that is just unfolding and unfolding, and it has infinite amounts of geometric shapes and unfoldings over here. So, and you're really opening something. You're opening a new path, something that you've been desiring for a very long time. You're gonna also need courage for what's coming ahead as well. This is gonna give you a lot of courage, and this will help you go through the next kind of obstacle. And don't see it as like, try not to see it as like, oh my god, no, not another obstacle. On the contrary, all the hardships we're going through, all the blockages, everything is to help our evolution. We could not evolve if we didn't have these obstacles in front of us. Super important. Or else we'll just stay the same and never evolve and never grow and never know the possibilities and what is possible for us. For those of you who connect well and connect greatly with crows, connect with them even more. I feel like for some of you it might be a totem or a totem that you should or could possibly be of use to you, help you through some of this towards the next obstacle. There's something in this element, in the symbolism. Crows are very smart animals, and they're all about trickery, yes, but they're very smart. They know how to use their wits accordingly. So there's going to be an obstacle which you will need courage to surpass. I feel like the 5 of Swords could be one of two things. Is or you're gonna accomplish something, you're gonna win, you're gonna be the winner of the conflict, but it's won't be the most satisfying. I feel like it might be something against your morals, or maybe going back with this crow, a little sneaky. Or it'll be the opposite. You will be the one who will lose the fight, maybe in an unjust way, whatever it is. Whichever the one, there's a deep lesson to be learned in this situation. One, to remember who you truly are, and also I feel like it has something to do with collaboration instead of always being the winner. And the other note, it would be, what did you learn from this loss? And sometimes a loss is the only way to win, the only way to evolve. So you got to lose some to learn and win some. Now, I have two different ways. I'm getting like two different messages down here for your last set of tarot. It's or you're going to become the king or queen of your domain, because the emperor is really like the king of all kings. Or there's somebody that, or you're lacking, that you feel like you're lacking. There's somebody that you would like to come within to kind of, or there is somebody in your life right now. The only thing is that this person, he's not completely emotionally stable, so just be careful in that note. But for some of you, it is like you will be the master of your domain. Like this little hick over here is going to help you and propel you towards this ultimate figure that you are becoming in your life, with in regards to all aspects. So material, job related, spiritual. I am seeing spiritual here too. And the only thing left for you to really, like, you're gonna have all the male aspects, so the analytical views, the very straightforward, you're go-getting and you're moving forward. The only thing that you might need to work on is probably your emotional state. So you need to start blending both. I feel like it's the yin and the yang. The feminine is kind of what's lacking here, that will propel you towards this mission and this goal that you have set out for yourself, this purpose of yours, because you're moving forward. Like, this is, overall, it's a beautiful reading, and I love that we're tapping into the only little elements that are left for you to unblock, because you are moving quick. You're going to be moving extremely quick, but to move quick, you need to embody both elements. Right now, the masculine energy within you is completely aligned, but the feminine energy needs to realign, needs to couple itself with the masculine. The beautiful divine masculine, divine feminine is the ultimate, to me, is like the ultimate coupling, and this is within yourself. And for those that it is a person that you feel is lacking, or there's a person in your life that you believe will propel you and will move forward, and he's just not there yet, or she's just not there yet, I would say to give it a little time. So, or this person's going to come around, or somebody else is going to come around, someone who will embody what you are looking for. Because I feel for some of you, it's a person that you would like to have both together. So male and female energies, a beautiful balance of both. And I feel like once you achieve that, then you will be able to move forward with this person. This person right now does not embody both. It is only embodying one. One is predominant than the other. But I do say to have a little patience. I do see this moving forward. You just can't rush it. You just need to be a little more patient and just keep doing you, for those that it is a relationship based. But for the rest of you, like, keep doing what you're doing and really find a balance between both male and female energy, masculine and feminine energy. This is going to shift your whole world. Wow, this is just a beautiful reading. Okay, the great big love. So the oracle cards are here to just guide you and help you to place your focus for the next 2 weeks. Laced, the moon's daughter. Huh. I feel like we got this one for another one. Or similar. Okay, so the great big love. So again, for those of you that it is a relationship, for me this is a big confirmation, a big yes, stating that with a little bit of nurturing. And I'm also getting here, please be very clear with what you are looking for within this partner. Please be very clear of your needs and where you want this relationship to go. And more importantly, how you want to go there together. What kind of world you guys want to create together. And for those that it has to do with yourself, your biggest strength right now is you learning to love yourself no matter what, no matter any hicks, no matter what is going on here. If here there is a trickery, if it's your own or somebody else's, respect yourself enough to forgive yourself, or respect yourself enough to forgive those that have wronged you. But more importantly, just love yourself. That will give you the biggest power of them all. Let's see what the guidebook has to say. Let's see if it would say anything else to add. Love heals all wounds, begins all life. It sustains you when you are starving for grace, when you stumble and fall, and when you lose sight of your purpose and fall prey to the limited perspectives of the ego. Now is the time to fall in love and call in the awareness of the great big love that made you, which is ever pulsing through your veins. Although this card may pertain such an intimate connection, you don't have to wait for a partner to experience it. You're being invited now to explore love in all its beauty. Can you love without conditions, without needing things to be perfect? Do you love your life, what do you do, and how you contribute to the world? Surrender to the magic you share and engage in a harmonious dance that is seamless in its movements, rising and falling with each moment, each breath. So let's see what this card has to say. I like to refer to the book, although I will not read it all. Oh, interesting. Let me just read it all for you, or at least the first part. If someone is experiencing free-floating anxiety, meaning you, inexplicable self-doubt, or a tendency to accidents, it may be that change is occurring at the very deep levels of your psychic. In various stages of such work as change takes place on a deeply unconscious level, some disruptive energies rise to the surface of consciousness. Be especially careful and watchful as you go through your daily activities. When we are occupied on these deep levels with change, many of our automatic coping mechanisms fail to work properly. We are too busy deeper down to pay attention to whether or not the traffic light is red or the shoelaces are untied. Another alternative is that by ignoring dreams, portents, omens, and insights that are trying to occur at this deep level, someone is denying or blocking change. Laced, which is the fairy, does what she can, but when her help is refused, she refers people to her sister, Dorcha Epona's wild daughter. Oh, that's why we got the Epona's daughter in the last reading. So yes, if things are kind of feeling haywired right now, high-wired, it's probably because change is happening. And change is good because it faces us with our blockages. And if this has to do with somebody else, just don't encourage the behavior. Just let time take its course. And that's all for today, guys. And lovely ladies, beautiful souls. Remember to claim the Reiki energy. There is Reiki energy in every single group. All you need to do is claim it by stating, I accept this Reiki energy from Katarina, or Lukin in words. And that is it. Have a great full moon. Enjoy every moment, and do let me know if this has resonated by or liking or subscribing or writing me an awesome message down below. Thank you so much, guys. Ciao.